Have you ever felt like you're trapped inside your own mind, where anxiety plays on repeat like a never-ending song? What if I told you there's an ancient path that has helped millions escape the grip of constant worry? Just imagine, within the next few minutes, you could hold in your hands a tool to calm your faults and unlock true inner peace. Still with me? Great, because by the end of this video, you'll discover a simple yet profound Buddhist teaching that can help you understand and dissolve anxiety from its root. Anxiety isn't just a fleeting feeling. It follows us into our everyday lives, at work, in our relationships, even when we try to rest. But here's the good news. It doesn't have to be this way. More than 2.500 years ago, the Buddha taught that suffering, including anxiety, is something we can learn to recognize, face, and overcome. In this journey, I'll walk you through a core Buddhist teaching that could shift your entire relationship with anxiety. Whether you've been struggling with anxiety for years, or it only overwhelms you from time to time, these teachings can apply to your life. Through meditation, mindfulness, and deeper insight into Buddhist principles, you'll begin to witness how anxiety transforms into calm awareness and mental clarity. But don't mistake this for a promise to erase all your worries. Rather, it's about learning how to coexist wisely with them, without letting them rule your life. The power to do that is already within your mind. According to the Buddha, the root of anxiety lies in attachment. We cling to things, material possessions, people, ideas, and even our own expectations. And it's this clinging that creates fear. Fear of losing what we have, or not achieving what we desire. That fear is the fuel of anxiety. When we fear losing something important or not getting what we crave, anxiety naturally arises. The Buddha identified this cycle in the Four Noble Truths, showing that suffering and the anxiety it brings has a cause, and if we understand that cause, we can bring it to an end. Anxiety doesn't come from the outside world. It's an internal response, shaped by how our minds are conditioned. We chase what we think will make us happy, and we run from what we believe will cause pain. That endless push and pull feeds anxiety. One of the Buddha's key teachings is that everything is impermanent. Our possessions, our emotions, our relationships, none of them last forever. Yet, our minds desperately try to hold on, to control, to stabilize, and that very effort is what binds us to anxiety. But when we learn to view life through the lens of impermanence, we can begin to release these attachments, and along with them, the anxiety they create. Now, this idea of letting go in Buddhism doesn't mean giving everything up. It means learning to live with a free and flexible mind, not one constantly gripped by fear or desire. In the next section, we'll explore how our faults and emotions, the very ones that fuel anxiety, are actually constructed in our minds, and how we can begin to transform our inner world through a new way of thinking. We're about to dive into one of the most powerful insights of Buddhism: suffering, including anxiety, does not come from the outside world. It's a mirror of how we relate to the world and to ourselves. So, what happens if you change that relationship? Could your experience of anxiety change to when anxiety rises? Your mind quickly fills with thoughts like, what if that happens? Or, what if I can't handle this? These questions spiral into worst-case scenarios that haven't even occurred. But instead of letting yourself get swept away, you pause, you close your eyes, take a deep breath, and exhale slowly. In that moment, you realize something important. Anxious thoughts are just that, thoughts. They are not reality unless you give them the power to become so. Your breath becomes the space between you and your thoughts. That space gives you the power to choose whether to follow them or let them go. Another core Buddhist teaching that helps release anxiety is compassion, not just for others, but also, and especially, for yourself. We often become overly critical of ourselves when anxiety shows up. We blame ourselves for being weak, for not controlling our emotions, or for not reacting properly. But the Buddha taught that compassion is one of the most powerful forces for transforming the heart and mind. When you treat yourself with kindness, accepting that anxiety is a natural part of life, you create space for healing. Self-compassion lifts the burden of guilt and self-blame and replaces it with a softer, more peaceful inner environment. So how can you bring these teachings into your everyday life? The key lies in consistent practice. This isn't about changing overnight. It's about small, steady steps that gently guide your mind toward peace. Start with just a few quiet minutes in the morning. Sit still and simply observe your breath. No goal, no pressure, just being present with your inhale and exhale. Throughout your day, gently remind yourself, anxious thoughts are like passing clouds in the sky. You don't need to hold on to them. Don't resist, don't judge, just notice and let them pass. With time, you'll realize that even when anxiety arises, it no longer controls you. Your mind becomes stronger and anxiety transforms, no longer an enemy, but a signal that it's time to come back to your breath, to come back to now. To summarize, the Buddha's teachings for freeing yourself from anxiety are not a quick fix. They're a journey of inner transformation. By understanding attachment, impermanence, non-judgmental awareness, mindfulness, and compassion, you slowly unlearn the patterns that keep anxiety alive. With steady practice, these teachings don't just reduce anxiety, they help you develop a freer, clearer mind, capable of facing life's uncertainties with calm. Meditation, in particular, is one of the most powerful tools in Buddhism for calming anxiety. Through meditation, you not only quiet your thoughts but develop the ability to observe them without getting pulled in. Now, let me guide you through a simple meditation technique designed to help you manage anxiety and integrate peace into your daily life. This practice is built on two foundational principles of Buddhism: conscious breathing and non-judgmental observation. The goal isn't to make anxious thoughts vanish, but to change your relationship with them. Instead of reacting, you learn to watch them calmly. Find a quiet space where you can sit comfortably. A chair, a cushion, or even lying down is fine. Gently close your eyes. Inhale deeply through your nose. Exhale slowly through your mouth. Watch your thoughts like clouds drifting by. Don't fight them, don't cling to them, just let them come and go. Practice self-compassion. If anxiety feels overwhelming, gently remind yourself, it's okay to feel this way. Each time your mind wanders, softly return your focus to the breath. It is your anchor to the present. With regular practice, anxiety loses its grip. You'll notice your mind becoming steadier, more flexible, more able to face life with clarity and calm. But how do you truly apply these teachings in daily life? Meditation and mindfulness are powerful, but they reach their full potential when carried into ordinary moments, especially when anxiety starts to surface. Practice mindfulness in everyday tasks, while walking, eating, washing dishes. Embrace impermanence by reminding yourself, this too shall pass. Be compassionate with yourself, especially in difficult moments. Create supportive environments, a cozy corner for meditation at home, or time spent in nature. Anxiety is part of being human, but it doesn't have to define your life. With mindfulness, compassion, and the understanding of impermanence, you can cultivate a more peaceful and resilient mind. Thank you for joining me on this journey toward inner peace. If this message resonated with you, consider subscribing for more insights on meditation, mindfulness, and Buddhist wisdom. Speech balloons. Share in the comments how these teachings have helped you. I'd love to hear your story. And remember, true transformation takes time, but with patient, consistent practice, you can find freedom from anxiety and reconnect with the calm that has always been within you. Until next time, keep practicing, stay present, and nurture the peace within you.